So it's been a pretty crazy week for creative AI tools. In my last video, I went over LTX Studio as well as the updates to Pika and Runway. So today we're hitting all the other stuff. Well, I mean, at least as much as I can pack in. Today we've got news from Stability.AI on a new video generation platform, a really impressive new lip sync tool, a big release from Adobe in the music space, details on how Sora actually works, and the first fully AI-generated film to be screened in a movie theater. All right, grab a cup of coffee and buckle up. Kicking off, Morph Studio have partnered with Stability.AI to create a AI filmmaking platform that has a really kind of cool workflow. Taking a look at this shot from a video that they've released, you can see that it sort of has a vaguely comfy UI node-based structure to it. But I do assure you this is much more simple than comfy UI. If you've never used node-based workflows, it takes a minute to get your head wrapped around, but once you do, it actually makes a lot of sense since you can see everything visually laid out. Here we have 3 different videos with the style transfer on the third one, and then as you connect them together, you can export them out, having control over the amount of influence each one gives. Not calling anybody out here, but I did catch a typo in that first prompt. A grill is looking at the camera. Again, I'm not one to judge. You guys catch me misspelling stuff all the time. It does look like this video generator will be able to spell. For example, in that first video, Morph Cloud, we later see the prompt come up that says a cloud that spells morph billows out. Morph's co-founder, Ji Hai Ji, I hope I pronounced that correctly, said, filming, editing, and post-production used to be separate steps in traditional filmmaking, but AI blurs the boundaries of these stages and turns them into one continuous process. If you aren't happy with the shot, you can regenerate it on our canvas. AI has introduced a new workflow to film production. The platform aims to create a vibrant community by allowing users to share their workflow templates with one another via the gallery. This one does fall under waitlist alert. I just signed up myself, so once I get access, I will definitely be bringing you a full look. And I know, any new video model that comes out in the back of everyone's head is like, Sora, Sora, Sora. I know, we'll talk about that in just a second. Next up, we have Emotalker, which will not only add lip syncing to any still image, but it also add heavy eyeliner to all of your characters. Seriously, no matter what kind of music you're into, go listen to The Black Parade. It is a 10/10 album that transcends any genre. Good is good. Anyhow, Emotalker, which is actually Emote Portrait Alive, which is not an acronym for emo, is brought to us by Alibaba. Let's take a quick look at it in action here.
Crying is the most beautiful thing you can do. I encourage people to cry. I cry all the time, and I think it's the most healthy expression of how you're feeling.
There are a number of other examples that you can check out at the link down below. Most of them have music on them though, and like in this case, this is Eminem's Rap God, which is a very quick way for, Marshall's lawyers to show up on the channel doorstep with a copyright strike, so I can't play it here. Overall, the thing that I'm actually super impressed with is kind of the emotive aspects of Emotalker's performance. There is still some issues I feel with like the lip flap, but this is also an Eminem track in which he is rapping extremely fast. But there is some issues with kind of like the lip movement tracking. But where I think it really flies is with animated or, kind of CG characters, as we see in this example from the sleeper game Detroit Being Human. The game is really great.
When I was a kid, I feel like you heard the term, don't cry. You don't need to cry.
Digging into the paper, Emotalker was apparently trained on 250 hours of video and more than 150 million images. It can also speak, essentially, in multiple languages. It does apparently also use Stable Diffusion as its foundational framework. Although that said, the results are very impressive, but there are limitations. For one, you can only lip sync to still images, so you can't resync to video. The paper also notes that they did not use any explicit control signals to control character movement, which, as they note, may result in the inadvertent generation of other body parts, such as hands, leading to artifacts in the video. So, basically, weird AI video. My favorite. Emotalker has not been released yet, but Pika did release their lip sync feature. I did cover that in the last video. Link is down below. Moving on, Adobe have released a new AI music project called Project Music Gen AI Control. I mean, Adobe, come on. You got to step it up with the names here. Photoshop Symphony, InDesign Rhymes, Lightroom Lullabies. I mean, I'm not giving you any more for free. Call me. Project Music was developed in collaboration with researchers at the University of California and Carnegie Mellon. They released a promo video explaining some of the things that you can do with Project Music. We'll take a look at the section on extending music.
All right, now here's the lengthened one.
Project Music is just a research project. We may see it in the future, but not yet. Sliding back over to imagery, Ideogram, the free AI image generator that spells better than I do, has released a 1.0 update. Yeah, this one is really cool. Ideogram always kind of sits in my back pocket when I'm trying to generate up something with text. Midjourney claims that it's doing text, but usually it's still kind of a garbled mess. Ideogram has always really had an edge on that front. The new 1.0 model has really upped Ideogram's aesthetic game, and it actually now has a magic prompt button that you can turn on that kind of fills out your text if you want to use it. The Ideogram community feed is one of my favorites amongst all of the image generation community feeds. This one is actually really cool. This is from Devil's Tuna, or this awesome penguin with the text "Cool people play bass and use After Effects." I don't know who made this, but whoever did, you are a cool person. The best part about Ideogram is that it is free. It allows for 25 generations per day. Obviously, if you want more, you can then move into one of their subscription tiers. Ideogram also just secured $80 million in additional funding, so that's great news. Hopefully it keeps that free tier free. Moving over to some Sora news, YouTube's own Marquise Brownlee got to play with it. These are some of the generations that he got out of it. I guess when you have 18.5 million subscribers on YouTube, you get to play with Sora. And yes, that is my subtle way of asking for like 18.4 million of YouTube. Kindly hit the subscribe button. Anyhow, as great as Sora looks, I still do not think that we will be getting it anytime soon. Although in my last video, I did mention that someone asked Cristobal Valenzuela, Runway ML's CEO, if there would be Sora-like outputs coming out of Runway anytime soon, and he did say better. On the heels of that, a paper was recently released with a group of researchers who were basically reverse engineering what they saw in Sora. I'm still going through the paper. It is obviously very dense, and it makes my head hurt quite a bit. The paper does indicate that Sora utilizes space-time latent patches, which basically break down the video into smaller controllable pieces that it can understand in both space and time, which allows for that sort of smooth continuity. Again, the paper is super dense, and while I have read a number of white papers at this point, I'm still pretty much, I'm like a caveman that's sitting in at a meeting at JPL. I can nod, but at the same time, do I really understand what's happening here? But my overall point is that very smart people have already started to pull it apart, and they are in the process of developing their own Sora-like models. Even if OpenAI does not release Sora in, say, the next 6 months, I do think that we're going to see something that looks like Sora appearing within that time frame, or maybe a little bit later. Basically, anytime between tomorrow, 6 months from now, or some point in the future. I've stopped predicting things because I'm always wrong. Rounding out a historical event, to my knowledge at least, the first full-length AI-generated film to be screened at a theater. So a little while back, I was on the Nerdy Novelist podcast where I said this.
I think a full feature movie is kind of out of the question currently with the way the technology is right now. Although there are some lunatics right now that are creating their own version of Terminator 2, wholly generated by AI.
And just to be clear, when I say lunatics, I do mean that as a term of endearment. But yeah, they did it. It is 50 artists doing essentially a cover version of Terminator 2, wholly generated by AI. Obviously, as we see here, a lot of extra work went into that AI, but it is all still AI generated. The entire project is basically this rogues gallery of really awesome and talented artists, many of whom have been featured on this channel as well. So yeah, kudos to every single one of you for pulling this insanity off. The film will have a theatrical premiere in Los Angeles at the New Art Theater on March 6th. But don't worry, if you don't live in Los Angeles or near Los Angeles, you can still see the movie online. There'll be a live stream for it on March 9th, in which the cast and crew will be in attendance, so you can watch it alongside them. I did also want to point out that because this is being theatrically theatrically screened, there was like a ton of work put into it even after everything was done, because you still have to conform the picture to theatrical standard, and like the sound mix has to be ready for a theater system. Overall, from the stuff that I've seen from this remake, I mean, it's a parody, it's hilarious. Definitely, please do check it out. Link is down below. Well, that's it for this week. I mean, that's it. Like, there was like 80 things that happened this week, and I did not even get to everything, but I don't know. We'll see what's in store for next week. I thank you for watching. My name is Tim.